Alrighty guys, another day, another Gundam card game link station broadcast to break down. And we've got a lot of information pertaining future events, future promos, spoilers from set 1, roadmap, as well as set 2 info. So let's hop into it. If you like this sort of content, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already for future Gundam card game content. And if you want to check out more anime and gaming when it comes to Gundam, Dragon Ball, whatnot, go in the description and check that out too. My second channel, Universe X. Alright, let's hop into it. Alright, so the first slide we have here is just talking about the run of show. This is going to be what we're talking about today in this link station, and it's new product information, new tutorial app information, event information for people in Japan, and then event information outside of Japan for people like me who don't live there. And then there's the upcoming product information, new card illustration first look, as well as series joining GDO2. So yeah, we've got a lot to break down today. Now, the first thing that I wanted to go over is while this card is not new, they did want to spotlight the new support keyword. And so this is Angelo's Girazulu, and it just has activate main support 2. So you rest this unit and one other friendly unit gets AP plus the specified amount during this turn. So even though this guy's a 3/3, you can actually just rest him and then give something +2 attack for the turn, or AP, and then punch with it. So that's actually pretty cool. Then we have them just kind of going over how this works so you understand pretty much that you're just pretty much covering, you're providing supporting fire. It's very thematic, and I love it. Now, the next card that we're seeing here is also not a new card, but they did want to talk about First Strike. And this is the Magic Bullet of Dusk. And the Magic Bullet of Dusk is, main/action. Choose one friendly unit that is level 2 or lower. It gains First Strike during this turn. First Strike means your damage is dealt before their damage. And this diagram is just showing how that works, meaning that you don't have to trade like this. This is showing a 2/1 with First Strike because of this action card. With or attacking into a 1/1, normally they would both trade, but because of First Strike, you're going to deal your damage first, destroying the Demi Trainer. So yeah, pretty cool. Now, getting on to our first new card, we actually have Aegis Gundam, and this is pretty cool for you Seed fans. And yeah, a level 4, 3 cost. It's the other starter deck LR, so this will be coming out alongside the Strike Gundam, the Ale Strike Gundam LR that we're already used to from the beta. But yeah, this is pretty cool. It says it's a 4/3 attacker, Athrin Zala as the link partner, and then you have Zaft as the trait. It's space and earth, and it says attack. If this unit has 5 or more AP, choose one unit that is level 5 or higher, deal 3 damage to it. So that's actually really good. You're going to be able to really chip away at some of these bigger threats, and when you're facing like some of the threats that green will put out, this is a really good way to start to wear them down, to maybe even give something First Strike and then punch at it a little later in the turn. Either way, we are happy having effects like this. Now we are going to show off the box art for every starter deck, and these are pretty cool. It's just cut in panels of the LRs, but you definitely have you have RX-78 -2. This is the aerial rebuild I did in the time between last video I uploaded about Gundam and this one. I watched all of which, so I'm hip now. But yeah, you have the aerial remake or rebuild, and then you have Wing Gundam, you have Tall Geese, you have the Char Zaku, as well as the Shinanju, and then you have Ale Strike and Aegis that we just saw. So you now see that, and when it comes to these cards, I think we're only missing, what, are we only missing, what, 1, 2, 3? No, 1, 2. I think we're missing 1, 2. We might have the rebuild already. I need to check the Twitter. But yeah, this is actually pretty cool, and these are what the boxes are going to look like when they're actually just on display. They are pretty sizable. They are chunky boys, and I cannot wait to add them to my wall of starter deck boxing. Then the next one that we have here is going to be the Assemble kits. You can see that the starter decks for the Assemble boxes are huge because they have the minis in them, and so this is an insane amount of like packaging, but it makes sense though. It makes sense though, because you're getting the starter deck and you're getting the Assemble packages. But this is looking pretty cool. Now we have a picture of some of the Assemble models just chilling here. The miniatures, you've got the RX-78-2, you've got Tall Geese, you got Char Zaku, and you have the Strike. You have Strike. Wow, why did I blank? Sword mode. Yeah, sword attachment. But this is pretty cool. this is pretty cool and they look awesome. I don't know about carrying these out to every event I go to, but these are definitely going to be in my backdrop when I'm able to get my hands on them. The next slide we have here is showing the new type Rising splash art, and you got two of my favorite Gundams of all time, good old Grandpa RX-78-2 and the much more so updated Unicorn. And so I am happy to see both of these on the cover like this. Looks really good, and they did the honor of showing us 4 new cards. That is the Unicorn Gundam 02 Banshee Unicorn mode, the DOP, the Stealth Stratagem, and then Covert Operative. So we've got 2 units and we've got 2 commands that are going to be also double as pilots. So when it comes to the Unicorn Gundam 02 Banshee Unicorn mode, he's just easy, level 4, 3 cost, and then he has a when paired, choose one enemy unit with a cost 3 or with a unit with 3 or less HP and you rest it. So he's gonna get some guys out of the way, hopefully some blockers while he's at it. And then the link condition is Cyber new type trait, and so that's actually, despite what you may know if you watched Unicorn, this isn't the final pilot that Banshee gets. However, this is the first pilot that Banshee gets. That's actually where the scene is. This is the first appearance of Banshee in Unicorn, so that's amazing. This means that we might have some cool like synergies between what we are going, because like so far I have not seen this particular pilot. If you guys know, I don't want to spoil the series, but if you guys know, I haven't seen this particular pilot in any blue spoilers so far. In fact, if we look at the themes for the starter decks, this pilot should be in another color. So I'm just saying, this kind of showing us what character I think may show up and what synergies I think they may want us to build. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Then the next card is the DOP. These are the OG little flyers that Xeon used in the original Mobile Suit Gundam series. Beautiful effect, by the way. It's just a 1 cost, level 1, so you can play it on turn 1, look at the top card of your deck, return to the top or bottom of your deck, giving some much needed scry to the game. I am here for it. I love this card. The next card we have here is Stealth Stratagem, and this is from Gundam Seed. This is Zaft, and the traits are Zaft Coordinator, but it also is a pilot, and that's Nicole. And basically, Nicole, like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the things that happen in the series, but we don't have to talk about that yet. Again, there's so many spoilers I think I have to dodge while I'm talking about these. Level 2, 1 cost, Stealth Stratagem, yeah, main/action, choose one enemy unit with 2 or less AP, deal 2 damage to it. This is great weenie removal, and this should put a halt to certain decks that maybe just put a bunch of small bodies on board and hope they stick and then they gun you down. No, this will not be, this will be a card that's really easy to use against those decks. Next, we have the Covert Operative card, level 3, 1 cost, and this says main, choose one enemy unit with 2 or less HP, return to its owner's hand. If you have a link unit in play, choose one enemy unit with 4 or less HP instead. Very cool, powerful card. It's a main, so you can't use it on your opponent's turn, but it's still a very powerful effect that definitely helps you get ahead when you are trying to control the board, set your opponent back by 1 play. Now, it does double as the pilot, Shadiq Zanelli, and that's pretty cool. We've already had Michaelis in here since we had the beta, but now we have Michaelis as pilot, so I'm happy with this. Guy has a lot of aura. Now, for all of you Gundam Wing fans, the God of Death is back from hell. Not quite that unit quite yet, but this is still a wonderful card for a lot of people who have been bugging out about not seeing it in any sort of like spoiler so far. And this is Gundam Death Scythe. My homie Adam, this one is for you. Your second favorite Gundam, I'm sure. This is a level 6, 4 cost, and it's an LR. That's pretty cool too, so it's probably gonna have an alternate if this is like the SR, equivalent. Then it's when paired Operation Meteor Pilot. That's cool because it does not have to be duo to get this effect. However, place 1 rested resource, then this unit gains first strike for the turn. So this is going to be played for 4, you're going to ramp 1, and then he gains first strike. So when you pair it with duo and you can swing that turn, that is wonderful. You are likely going to just punch something straight off the field. with first strike while ramping. This is what green needed to see. This is what I was waiting for, to be able to have more confidence in how green works. This is wonderful. This card is the 100% staple, and oh my gosh, if it looks this good right here, I can't wait to see what an alt-art could look like. Speaking of Duo Maxwell though, we are seeing his pilot right here, level 4, 1 cost, and this is during Link, this unit's AP cannot be reduced by enemy effects. So really cool thing we got going on here. You've got a +1/+2, so when you pair this to Death Scythe, he's going to end up being a 6/6. A 6/6 with first strike. If you're pairing and linking with this card, wonderful, wonderful build up. And on top of that, because of Duo's effect, your cards, a lot of cards in white that would lower the attack to, you know, just kind of shield the brunt of the attack power, aren't going to work. So this guy is like a wrecking ball going into your opponent's units into white, which is great. Now, the next part of what we're going into is the tutorial. We're seeing more and more of it. The splash screen looks great. It looks like a gacha. I'm here for it. It looks really, really good. And it's once again showcasing Grandpa. I'm currently halfway through my rewatch of the original Mobile Suit Gundam, so this is just like sparking mad joy for me. It's showing right here in this slide the different languages that you can play the tutorial in, so that's cool. You got Japanese, English, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, French, Spanish, and Italian. Awesome. And now, this is really cool, but we get to see the interface. As you can see, because decks are 2 colors, you can choose 2 colors to play basically in here. And you can see on the second side of this slide that it shows you all of the colors that you're going to be able, all the cards that you're going to be able to play. You get to have a total of, in this particular arrangement of white-green, 7 LRs. You get to see, what, 4 bases, and all these cool things. So you can basically test your little tutorial app with multiple different arrangements of colors. And you can see here, there's a normal, on this slide, normal and an expert level of difficulty, and you can change up which color combination you can choose. So you can really kind of choose what you want to do before you really commit. I really hope this comes out like a month or so before the game even drops, so people can really get a feel of the colors they want to play. Once again, we are looking at the selection screen, and you can see all your colors. Looks like you can go back and change your colors if you'd like to kind of change your loadout, which is very, very cool. The tutorial has multiple options. You have tutorial 1, tutorial 2, and you have free battle, which is awesome. A lot of people are going to be hammering this home if it comes out earlier than the actual game itself. And now we actually have the tiers of competitive play. So you have new type challenge. These are held at the expert shops, which I believe are just going to be your LGSs once they come over here, because this is for Japan, but it's going to probably translate fairly well over to global as well. But yeah, these are just intermediate to advanced, they say. Then you have the shot battle. For those who want to play against various people, recommended beginner to intermediate. So yeah, shot battle seems to be just locals. New type challenge maybe is like store regional, seems like that. And you have beginner battles, and these are just, these might be demo events. These might be just trying to teach people how to play, but that's pretty tight. That's pretty tight. So looking at the new type challenge, right? You have their own pricing, and their own pricing, you actually have 2 cards here. You have an alt art of Suletta Mercury. This is really, really cool. New type challenges will give alt art leaders, and since this leader comes from a starter deck, this is an actual alt art. She did not get an alt art in the beta, so this is actually really, really cool. A lot of good value. And the other card here, we actually already have that from Twitter, so I just need to see what we're looking at. This, actually, I'm not sure, but we can put it in the translator real quick. And this card is another starter deck card, it seems like. Sorry guys, I did this on the fly. I normally have these all ready to go, and this time I actually have to put it through the translator because I don't know what we're doing here. And by I don't know what we're doing here, I mean like I just didn't have this one ready to be translated. So I'm kind of just stalling, and I hope you guys don't mind. But now that we have this card translated, I think we have this card translated, right? Okay, hold up. We gotta, give me 1 second. Okay, well, color me impressed. This is literally a reprint, a Witch from Mercury reprint of Overflowing Affection. I didn't realize that this is GDO 1118. So this is Overflowing Affection reprinted, and then Suletta Mercury as an alt art, and then one more card to be coming soon. So that's amazing, and I think people are going to honestly love that. Honestly. Now, going into First Combat, right? First Combat says this is the first large-scale Gundam card game tournament, First Combat, held worldwide. So this is going to be like the Treasure Cup slash like pre-regionals kind of, I think. This is going to be really, really cool, and we should be seeing those coming up in future events. But we know right now that First Combat will be giving out the Overflowing Affection reprint, the Suletta Mercury Altar, and then another card coming soon, but also the Char's Red Zaku EX base, which is amazing. I'm a huge Char fan, so that's clean, that's clean. And yeah, we're got a lot to look forward there. So the next thing that I wanted to show is that the First Combat Gundam game, the event for Japan, I guess is going to be the first time that people are going to be able to buy these. This is a brand new product. It comes with a mat. It comes with a really cool box. It comes with these resources, and these resources are basically just the organizations that have happened here. You can see the Earth Federation, you can see Zeon, you can see Neo Zeon, the unicorn one I recognize, I'm pretty sure that's the Vist Corporation. You see Zaft down at the bottom. You can see Orb. Yeah, there you see Oz from Gundam Wing. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff here, and I'm actually pretty cool with this. I'm pretty cool. Omni, cool. So yeah, you get all these. This is going to be a huge point of trading, because if you want 10 that look the same, you're going to have to really work for that. But if you just want to run one of each, that's cool too. They look to be foil from what I can see. And then we have a picture of the product right here. You can see the map looks amazing, and then you can also see the Gundam looking pretty cool. The Gundam box here with the foiling and whatnot, and the profile of RX-78. I'm here for that. So then moving past the next one, right? This says information, event information for outside of Japan. That's us, baby. That's us. So the first thing we have is Anime Expo, July 3rd through the 6th at Los Angeles Convention Center. This is going to be the first time where you can actually get the Char and Char Zaku 2 resource. I am super jealous of this, and I really want some. However, yeah, this is going to be a really, really, really cool thing to get. And then on top of that, I do believe there's going to be some demo events and stuff like that. And I think they said that you might actually be able to buy, like this might be one of the first times you can buy the starter decks, I think. Limited, like, you know, counts and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Now, the next event, and this is what I'm super hyped for because I already have my ticket for it, is Gen Con. Gen Con, and I'm already locked in. I've already seen the events. I've already locked or tried to lock those into my wish list. But Gen Con is going to be hosting some Gundam events. And at Gen Con, First Combat Tournament for North America to be held at Gen Con. So product sales, demos, and side events are also planned. First Combat tournaments now being scheduled for other regions. So at Gen Con, participation prize for demo deck experience or tournament is coming soon. They don't have that out yet. But First Combat participation prize for First Combat events is going to be the EX-based Char Zaku. So you know I'm going to have one of those. Multiple of those, actually. I'm super excited for this. Super down. And then it also at the end, well, in May, now this is May, you're gonna have the option to get on Bandai Premium USA and a chance to buy the Gundam card game stuff. You'll be able to either like buy the new Type Rising boxes, which state themselves to be at 120 pretty much for one box, and then you've also got the Wings of Advance, the Heroic Beginnings, the Zeon Rush Siege Strike, these starter decks with the symbol for $34.99. So that's actually pretty cool news, Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is that once again, we have some release scheduling to remind you. The 26th of, well, the 12th of 12th of July, we're going to have the starter decks. The 26th of July, we're going to have the first set. Then the September of this year, we're going to have Iron Bloom, that's starter deck 05 with Iron Blood Orphans. And then the next month, we're going to have Clan Unity, which is the GQuuuuuuX starter deck. And then in the same month, we are going to have GDO 2, which is now named Dual Impact, but we'll get to that a little later. Then they have starter deck 7 coming out and Star Trek 8 coming out in the winter of 2025 into 2026. So this could be anywhere between really, you know, December through February. And then same frame, we have GDO 3, which has no name as far as we know yet. Then going over, they started revealing some new art, so that's pretty hot. We've got a ST05 Iron Bloom. This is McGillis's Schwalbe Grays. I think that's how you pronounce it. Beast looking mech. Really good looking mech. I don't think they have, I think they have high grades. I don't think they have master grades yet, but I love it. I love the design for it. Really, really cool looking. And then we got some really cool art over here. This is the GQuuuuuuX Omega Saikamu, and this is looking to be clean. Like, this might be the LR for the starter deck. Just basically looks amazing. I love the heat axe radiating heat as it's used, the boosters in the back. This looks beautiful, and as a fan of GQuuuuuuX, I have been very, very, very excited about the animation, the fights. I started reviewing the episodes, but I need to catch up on those reviews. But those will be on my other channel in the description, Universe X. Just check that out sometime. And then we have some art for Amate Machu. This is her in her clan bat, like just uniform, really, really good. Haru sitting there helping her out. She's got the beanie on. I definitely dig this. Looks really, really clean. Love this art. And this is our first look at what seems to be the pilot for Machu. Then the last part of the of this like breakdown is they started spoiling some of the series that would be in GDO 2. Now, with GQuuuuuuX is a starter deck, I'm assuming that it will also be in GDO 2. However, some confirmations are that we're getting Gundam Age in green. We can see it right there. That's pretty tight. That's pretty tight. And it says right here, Gundam Age, Mobile Suit Gundam Age joins the game. But then the next one we have is Mobile Suit Gundam X or Cross joins the game, and we have Gundam X right here. I don't know why I said Cross. I've been on a Keyblade, just I've been on a Kingdom Hearts bin. But yeah, you have Mobile Suit Gundam X chilling here. Not the Cross X, not the not his upgraded form, but the initial form here, which leaves room for expansion later for them to reweave it in. So that's actually pretty cool. That's actually stellar art. Stellar art for a Gundam that I wasn't exactly hyped about, but that's dynamic. That looks really, really good, and I can't wait to see what effects that we get with this new purple color. And then they're showing us Dual Impact is the name of this GDO 2 set, so that's pretty awesome. I'm digging this. We got a little roadmap showing us here. There's going to be 6/12 is going to be the next info dump, it seems. That's when we're going to get the next part of this coming soon. And then they showed us right here, Bandai Card Games. In June, that's the next time we're going to get a presentation that's going to show us a lot of info. So I think there's a whole lot of information that we got here, a whole lot to digest. It's great because we've been waiting so long for this game to come out, and it's really cool that they're showing us this sort of transparency. I really do love the Link Station broadcast so far, and I'm excited to see more and more as this game blossoms and thrives. So yeah, let me know how you guys feel about all this new news. Let me know what your favorite part of the news was. The video is broken down in chapters if you guys want to go back and just check out some of the stuff. And realistically, I'm just too hyped for this game. So remember to like the video if you like this content. Help it thrive, help it trend. Subscribe if you haven't already. Go to the description and check out the other quadrants of Universe X. And then real quick, I just want to give a special shout out to my Patreon members because you guys help the channel float even harder than it does, and that is the Big Daddy Flapjacks, the Beer R's, the Brother Bears, the Bryce R's, the Christopher V's, the Dallas S's. Thank you guys for being my top tier, my realm of Xers. And then I also want to give a special shout out to everybody else, the Galactic Patrol, the Universal Aristocrats, the Denizens of Universe X. Thank you guys for supporting me on an even deeper level. I want to say this is hype. Let me know again how you feel about it in the comment section, and I'll see you next video. Later.